Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of Reecee News. There is some unfortunate news about some online Wii U games, as the original version of Mario Kart 8, Splatoon 1, have been temporarily taken offline. And even though this is temporary, this could be a sign of things to come. I feel like Nintendo has slowly been dropping support of features on the Wii U and 3DS. Like the eShop will be shut down this month, which really sucks, because there's a lot of games on there that aren't accessible on the Switch. They also shut down other features a few years ago, like Miiverse, and some of the other features built into the Wii U, as well as the features on the 3DS. So yeah, things aren't looking good for online functions on either console. And there actually is a reason for why Mario Kart 8 and Splatoon specifically have been taken offline, and Nintendo stated it was because of a security threat, and I'm not going to doubt Nintendo on that, because that definitely does exist, and it actually has existed for some Switch games as well. It's basically a vulnerability that kind of threatens like certain people's systems. And yeah, it kind of makes sense why they would take that offline or do something with that, but with Mario Kart 7, which was another game that was kind of affected by it on the 3DS, that got an update, and also a lot of other Nintendo Switch games that have been vulnerable to this threat have also been updated, but Mario Kart 8 and Splatoon, as of right now, haven't been updated. So it is pretty concerning to see that Nintendo really isn't doing much about this other than taking it offline. So yeah, it is kind of concerning that Nintendo is starting to slowly take things offline for the Wii U and 3DS. And even though not many people use the Wii U anymore, I feel like they should at least give people who still have a Wii U the option to play games online, because sometimes there are online scenes that emerge from older games. Like Mario Kart Wii, for example, with Wiimify, is actually pretty popular and has a dedicated community behind it. And I believe that there are still some people who play Splatoon 1 online. So yeah, it is disappointing that it seems like Nintendo is slowly starting to pull the plug for online with the Wii U. And yeah, even though this is because of a security threat, this could lead to some more online shutdowns for games in the future. And even though this is temporary, I feel like the Nintendo network in general will probably be taken down in the next couple years due to the fact that Nintendo is kind of pulling the plug for a lot of other features, as I mentioned earlier. So, next up is some Metroid things for Nintendo Switch Online. A couple things that will be added. So basically, they recently added some Metroid Prime remastered icons on the Nintendo Switch Online app that you can use for your profile. And I think it's pretty cool that they actually added these icons, because they usually don't do them for like smaller games and things like that. So it is cool to see that they are doing icons for this release. Like Metroid Prime Remastered kind of launched in a very different way from most first-party Nintendo releases. So it is cool that it still kind of is getting the Nintendo Switch Online incentives and everything. And it's cool that we finally have some more Metroid icons, as I believe there weren't many Metroid icons that were on the Switch before. So yeah, it's really nice to see these here, and definitely check these out if you're interested in Metroid. So, another Metroid-related thing that is coming to Nintendo Switch Online pretty soon is Metroid Fusion on the Game Boy Advance service. And I think it will be cool that once this releases, we'll have all 2D Metroid games, excluding the remakes, on the Switch. Since we'll have the original Metroid on the NES, Samus Returns on the Game Boy, and then Super Metroid on the SNES, and then Metroid Fusion, which will be added soon, and then Metroid Dread, which is a base Switch game. So Yeah, I'm looking forward to Metroid Fusion being added. I heard it was really good, so yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. But I am concerned about one aspect of this, since this will be the only Game Boy Advance game that will be added to the expansion pack this month. And it's pretty concerning because it seems like with the expansion pack, with the Nintendo 64 and now the Game Boy Advance, it seems like they're doing even slower of a drip feed with these systems than they were with like the base Nintendo Switch Online. And to be fair, the Nintendo 64 does have less games, but I feel like they should at least like release games at a more consistent rate and kind of have these games like have more games available at a time. I thought it was good that they released Mario Party 1 and 2 at the same time. I feel like that was good, but other than that, the drip feed feels pretty slow. And there are a decent amount of Game Boy Advance games. I know it does have less games than other systems, but there are a lot of games that they could have been like including here. Like, I feel like they could have included like Kirby and the Amazing Mirror along with Metroid Fusion or another Game Boy Advance game. Any Game Boy Advance game would be nice, but a little disappointing that they are doing a pretty slow drip feed overall. Like, when you're paying even more for the expansion pack, I was hoping for like 2 to 3 games to be released per month for the GBA, but it looks like they're just doing the same approach as the Nintendo 64, where they only do 1 game per month, which is a little disappointing, but I am looking forward to playing Metroid Fusion. I heard it was good, and I am glad that they are adding this one first. It is one game that a lot of people like, and it is one game that's definitely going up in price for a physical copy. The GBA Metroid games are definitely going up in price right now, so yeah, I'm looking forward to playing this. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and make sure to check out my Discord server and Twitter if you want to. Goodbye.